Hello, hi, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel Jadav's English World. This is your Bhimrao Jadav, Senior Faculty in English. How are you all? How do you do? I hope that you are doing well. Okay, by the grace of Almighty, you are all doing well, right? So, here today, I am here in front of you with a new topic, new grammar topic, which is considered the most important topic in spoken English as well as in written English. Okay, so the topic is none other than question tag. So what a question tag is, okay, what question tag's importance is, okay, why is it necessary to learn about question tag, okay, and how it is useful in formal English, spoken English, and how it is useful in written English. We'll discuss all these things today. Okay, types of question tags, what a tag is, okay, and how the tags plays a vital role in speaking as well as in writing. We'll discuss all these things today. Okay, that is question tag, right? What question tag is. So before go through the topic, we should learn. So the farming questions, one topic there, farming questions. So after farming questions, I'll convince you what question tag is and types of question tags, right? So how to farm questions is important, right? Farming questions in English is important, right? In our day-to-day life, we need to ask many questions in order to get information from others, right? If you want to get some information from others, what you need to do, you need to ask questions, right? So the formal way of asking questions and informal way of asking questions, I'll let you know the types of questions and how to form questions we'll discuss today, right? So how to form questions, that is farming questions. Later we'll discuss what question tag is, okay, and what question tag's importance is, right? So farming questions. Farming questions. Okay, before that, types of questions, right? Farming questions, before that, types of questions. Generally, there are two types of questions in English, right? There are two types of questions in English, okay? How many types here? Two types. One is WH type questions, WH type questions, and second is yes no type questions, yes no type questions. So what are WH type questions and what are yes no type questions, we should learn before going through the topic what question tags, right? So yes no type questions and WH type questions, okay? Questions begins with WH words, right? Questions begins with WH words. You know what WH words are? Questions begins with WH words are WH type questions, right? Yes no type questions, I'll let you know what yes no type questions later. So first we will learn what WH type questions are. Questions begins with WH word, right? So what are WH words? What, when, where, why, how, which, you see, who, whom. Okay, questions begins with what? WH type. WH type questions are those which begins with WH words, right? So what are WH words here? Here you see what, when, where, why, how, which, who, whom, whose. Okay, you see here what are you doing? What are you doing right now? Okay, when did you come? When did you come? Okay, where do you live? Where do you live? You see here, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you eating? Okay, when did you come? When did you come? And when did you go? Where do you live? Where do you stay? Okay, why do you come? Why do you come? Why do you cry? Why do you laugh? How do you come? How do you go? Which do you like? Which do you like? Who do you want to meet? Okay, who do you want to meet? By whom is this done? By whom is this done? Whose pen is this? Whose pen is this? You see, all these questions begins with what? WH word, right? So these are called WH type questions, right? The questions begins with WH word are called WH type questions, okay? The types of questions generally, how many types of questions there? WH type questions and S no type questions. WH type questions are those which begins with the WH word, you see here as shown here, I have written here what, when, where, why, how, which, who, when, okay, who, whose, by whom. So all these are WH type questions. Okay. So what are yes no type questions? We'll see what are yes no type questions. Okay. Yes no type questions are those second type. Second type is yes no type questions. Yes no type. So what are yes no type? So yes no type questions are those which begins with an auxiliary verb, which begins with a helping verb, which begins with an auxiliary verb or helping verb. So what are those auxiliary verbs? You know, is, am, okay, are, is, am, are, was, when, okay, do, does, did. You see, so what are those? Those are auxiliary verbs, right? So if a question begins with an auxiliary verb, such kind of questions are called, you know, yes no type questions. Why? The reason, the answer for this question would be yes or no, so that they are called as yes no type questions. How? You see here, I'll tell you one example. Okay, is, am, are, was, were, do, does, did, have, has, had, has, had, you know, can, may, might, okay, could, shall, should, will. Okay, all these are you know, auxiliary verbs, right? So auxiliary verbs, if question begins with an auxiliary verb, the answer for this question would be yes or no, so that this kind of questions are called yes no type questions, right? I'll let you know with an example, right? Is he coming? Is he coming? What does it mean? Is he coming? What does it mean? We are asking a question, and this begins with what? Is an auxiliary verb, right? This is an auxiliary verb. And answer, if he is coming, your answer would be yes, he is coming. Yes, he is coming. If he is not coming, then your answer would be no, he is not coming. No, he is not coming. So this kind of questions are called yes no type questions. Why? The answer to these questions would be what? Yes or no. If you agree with that, then you can say yes. If you do not agree with that, you say no. So the answer of these questions would be yes or no, so that this kind of questions are called yes no type questions, right? Are you reading? Are you reading? Are you reading? You see here, are you reading? Are you reading? Are you reading is a question, right? You are reading is a statement. Are you reading? It becomes a question. If you are reading, okay, if you are reading, your answer would be yes. Yes, I am reading. Okay. So if you are not reading, then your answer would be no, I am not reading. No, I am not reading. Right? So answer to these questions would be yes or no, so that this kind of questions are called yes no type questions. Okay, this is all about the types of questions in English. And after that, forming questions, I'll let you know how to form questions, right? It is very much necessary to form questions in English, and we should aware of the ways of forming questions, right? If we are aware of the ways of forming questions, we can easily form questions, right? So you see, forming questions, the first way, okay, there are three ways in forming questions, right? I'll let you know the first way. So what the first way is, for example, it is raining. You take this. It is raining is a positive statement. Okay, it is raining is a positive statement. Or he is reading. He is reading is a positive statement. Okay, they are coming. They are coming is a positive statement. They are coming. You see here, it, he, they. So these are subjects, right? And this is helping verb. Okay, this is helping verb. This is helping verb. So this is positive statement. So how can you form a question here? So by placing this helping verb before the subject, you can form a question. You see here, this is first way. So what it will become? You see, it is raining. What it will become? Is it raining? Okay. So by placing the helping verb of a sentence before the subject, it becomes an interrogative statement, right? It becomes a question. So, is it raining? Is it raining? Question. It is raining. Is it raining? Right. He is reading. Then, is he reading? So, what we are doing here? We are placing the helping verb of the sentence before the subject. This is one way. Okay. The one way is, if you want to change a positive statement into an interrogative one, you need to place the helping verb of that sentence before the subject. This is subject. Okay, and this is helping verb. If you change this helping verb before the, if you place this helping verb before the subject, it becomes an interrogative sentence, right? They are reading. They are reading. What? They are reading. They is subject. Are is helping verb. Are they reading? They are reading. Are they reading? So this is one way. Okay, by placing the helping verb of sentence before the subject, we can change a positive statement into an interrogative one. Okay, right. Next, the second way is, that is the first way. The second way is, so if there are two helping verbs in a sentence, how can you change? Okay, I'll let you know. So they will be visiting us. They will be visiting us. Okay, and it has been raining. It has been raining. Okay, we shall be reading. You see here, how many helping verbs are there? One will, one helping verb, and be another helping verb. Okay, has one helping verb, and be another helping verb. Helping verb 1 and helping verb 2. Shall one helping verb, and be another helping verb. Okay, helping verb 2. Helping verb 2. So if there are two helping verbs in a sentence, so what we can do in this context? So what we need to do? We need to change this helping verb 1 before the subject, and helping verb 2 remain where it is. Okay, ఒకవేళ వాక్యంలో రెండు హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్స్ ఉంటే, సో మొదటి హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్ ని మాత్రమే ముందు సబ్జెక్ట్ కి ముందు రాస్తాము, రెండవదాన్ని అక్కడనే ఉంచుతాము. ఓకే, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది చూడండి, స్టేట్మెంట్ దే విల్ బి విజిటింగ్ us. So then it becomes will they. Okay, where we are writing this will they be visiting us? Will they be visiting us? Right. Next, has been. It has been raining. So simply replace this helping verb 1 before the subject. So what it becomes? Has it been raining? Has it been raining? Okay, has it been raining? Next, we shall be reading. Shall we be reading? So replace this helping verb before the subject. Shall we be reading? So this is the second way. So the first way is, if there is only one helping verb, we can replace that helping verb before the subject in order to change a positive statement into an interrogative one. And the second way, if there are two helping verbs in a sentence, helping verb 1 should be placed before the subject and helping verb 2 remained where it is. This is the second way. Okay, the second way of forming questions. And third way is, if there is no helping verb. If there is no helping verb, how can you change a positive statement into an interrogative one is the point. Okay, so if there is no helping verb case, no helping verb, we have two contexts. No helping verb context there in English grammar, two contexts. In two contexts we cannot find any helping verb. So one is in case of simple present tense. If the statement is in simple present tense, there we need to use do, does. You see here, I read newspaper. I read newspaper. You see, so what is this? Subject. And what is this? Verb. And this is object. Okay, here no helping verb. Right? I do read actually. I do read, but here no helping verb. So this is simple present tense. You see, subject, V1, object, simple present tense. So where there is no helping verb, so how can you change this statement into an interrogative one? How? You need to use what? Do. Then replace do I read newspaper. Do I read newspaper? It becomes a question, right? Do I read newspaper? You take any example, right? I eat a mango. Do I eat a mango? I write a letter. do I write a letter. Okay, I write a letter. Do, does are used. Okay, so in case of there is no helping verb, so two contexts there without no helping verb. One is simple present tense and simple past tense, right? So in simple past tense you cannot find any helping verb. Okay, so for example, I wrote a letter. This is simple past tense, right? I wrote a letter, no helping verb, right? So what we need to, this is positive statement. If you want to change this into an interrogative one, if you want to form a question based on the statement, you need to use what? Did. What did I write a letter? Did I write a letter? Okay. After did and did not, we need to use V1 form only. I explained you, I introduced you. So what form is used after did, right? So did I write a letter? Did I write a letter? Okay. So this is did. Okay. Do, does. Do, does is used in simple present tense and did is used in simple past tense. Okay. So in two contexts you cannot find any helping verb. Okay. In case of simple present tense you need to use do, does. You need to use what? Do, does. And in case of simple past tense you need to use what? Did. So you need to keep in mind this. Okay. In case of simple past tense, so where we can use does, you know, he reads a newspaper. Okay, he reads a newspaper, right? Simple present tense. Here third person singular he, then does he read newspaper? Okay, does he read? Does he read newspaper? Does he read? Okay. In case of simple present tense, there is no helping verb. So if you want to change a positive statement into an interrogative one, do, does are used, and in case of simple past tense, did is used. So this is all about forming questions, right? Forming questions, types of questions we learned, right? So later, so what a question tag is, and question tag's importance. I'll let you know what question tag is, right? So what forming questions and the types of questions. Okay, forming questions, it is necessary, very much necessary in our day-to-day life to ask many questions, and it is necessary to form questions, right? So we need to know the ways of forming questions, and we need to know the types of questions, right? Types of questions generally in English, yes no type questions and WH type questions. Questions begins with WH word are called WH type questions. You know, what, when, where, why, how, which, who, whose, whom, all these are the questions begins with what? A WH word. Okay, what are you doing? Where are you going? When did you come? Okay, when did you come? When did you go? When did you come? When did you go? Where do you live? Where do you stay? Okay, where do you? Why do you come? Why do you go? Okay, which pen do you like? Which book do you like? Okay, which book do you like? Whose pen is this? Who do you want to meet? Who do you want to meet? Okay, so all these are WH type questions, and yes no type questions are those which begins with an auxiliary verb, and they would be answered with what? Yes or no. If you agree with the statement, you can say yes. If you do not agree with the statement, you can say no. So the answer of the questions where you can get yes or no, such kind of questions are called yes no type questions. And the forming questions, so forming questions is of three types. One is by placing the helping verb of the sentence before the subject one way. If there are two helping verbs, the first helping verb should be placed before the subject and the second should be remained where it is. I told you the ways, right? And the third is, okay, the third is where there is two contexts are there in English where you cannot find any helping verb. So if you want to change a positive statement into interrogative one, in case of simple present tense, do, does are used as helping verbs. Okay. In case of simple past tense, did is used as helping verb. Okay. All this about the types of questions and forming questions. Okay. So later, now I'll introduce what question tag is. Question tag. What question tag is? Okay. Tag means, first we need to know what tag. Tag means to add. Tag means to add. Tag ante చేర్చుట అని అర్థం. To add. Okay. So where they are added and what for they are added. Okay. So to whose attention you need to divert to your side. and their importance. We'll learn all these things, right? Tag means to add. Okay, tags are small forms of questions. Tags are small forms of questions. They are added at the end of the statement. Okay, they are added at the end of the statement for the confirmation of the statement spoken by the speaker. If you want to invite the listener's attention, you need to add some tags at the end of the statement. Okay, so if you add some tag at the end of the statement, you can invite the listener's attention. Okay, listener యొక్క attention ని నీ వైపు మళ్లించడానికి సో ఆ వాక్యమందలి విషయ నిర్ధారణ కొరకు వాడే చిన్న ప్రశ్నలు లఘు ప్రశ్నల్నే క్వశ్చన్ ట్యాగ్స్ అంటారు. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ క్వశ్చన్ ట్యాగ్స్ and I will come in front of you with question tags, explanation, types of question tags, and the ways of asking questions. Okay, the ways of asking questions in all the competitive examinations. You will find one question, one or two questions from question tags, right? So I'll let you know all the ways, and I'll let you know all the types of tags, and how can we crack the competitive examinations. Everything will be discussed at length in the next topic. So, okay, before leaving the class, I am remembering you again once. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share my channel. So this is all about types of questions, and I'll come back with another topic, that is types of question tags and the ways of asking questions based on the topic question tag in the next session. So till then, thank you all.